Hey, good morning and happy Monday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you are starting this week with absolute power. Each Sunday, one of the routines that I follow is I'll sit down on a Sunday and I'll kind of recap the last week. I'll look at my goals and vision and look at my plans and where I'm going and what's important. And every time I do that, I find that my natural tendency is to go down a path that I think might be a path you're taking. And when you start thinking about your goals, you start thinking about the things you really want to attract into your business, and what happens? Your mind automatically says, "What do I need to do?" And we begin to make a to-do list. Now, here's the challenge with that thinking in my experience. If I asked you, "What is your goal?" You're going to say, "I want to sell X. I want to do this many. I want to take this many." And then if I said to you, "What do you need to do?" Guess what? Your brain is going to come up with a boatload of activities and actions and stuff, if you will. The challenge is, and I think you can appreciate this, when I ask people to create a to-do list, which I very rarely do, and you'll see why in a minute, they have a tendency to say, well, first I need to do this, and that takes them this direction. Then they say I need to do that, and it takes them this direction, then this direction, then that direction, then this direction. But unfortunately, there isn't a real strategy behind that. You know what I'm talking about. You come back off a vacation, and or you come back off a day off, and your mind is kind of running with, I've got 15 phone calls to return, I've got a whole bunch of emails I need to get after. Oh my God, what do I need to do? How am I going to make money? And your brain just starts creating that just scrambled, insane list. Here's the lesson of the day. Instead, I want you to ask yourself only one question: what are my outcomes for this week? So as I sit there and I look at my vision and my, I've got multiple different companies I'm operating, coaching clients, people inside my firm I need to work with, seminars I need to prepare for, my book is done, and what's going on there. So it's very easy to to get lost in everything that needs to get done. I always stop and say, okay, what are the areas I'm focusing on? I've got my my this business, that business, and this business. Then I say, for this week, what are my outcomes? What are the bullseyes that I want to hit? What are the end results that I want to achieve? Not what do I need to do? Because if I say to myself, what do I need to do? I'm going to have a yellow notepad or a Microsoft Word doc that has 7,000 things on it, because the way my mind works is probably the way your mind works. We can create lists like there's no tomorrow. But when I ask myself, what are my outcomes for this week in each of the areas that are most important for me, guess what? I end up with 2 or 3 things max on that piece of paper. And you know what I find? Once I'm clear on the outcome, the doing, the stuff I need to do, is pretty obvious. It's automatic. So the lesson for the day is, as you're planning, not only for this week, but for the rest of the month, ask yourself a better quality question. What are your outcomes for this week versus what do I need to do? You don't need another list. You need to be crystal clear on the end results you want to achieve. And because once you understand that, guess what? Achieving it is easy. So what are your outcomes? And no more asking yourself, what do I need to do? That's the lesson of the day. Have a great Monday. Have an awesome week. And I'll look forward to talking to you on Wednesday. Between now and then, remember, your strategy matters and your passion rules. Take care.